How are we going to top that, huh?
I don't know.
We were going to take Tony last, so let's bring Tony in first. So she looked super job, though. Gotta love that. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Morgan, talk about the memories of that Hayco tournament. What kind of memories you bring out of that tournament for you?
Just winning it.
Yeah.
Winning the whole thing.
How was it? I mean, last year, not this year, last year you guys came out, I guess, in second to Page. Then you went in all this year. What was the difference between the two? I mean, what got you to the level you were this year as far as advancing, becoming a champion? What do you think's happened with this team? I know keeping the same girls together is big. What's going to happen with this team, though?
Well, we've just been working together, and we've grown as a team because we didn't graduate anyone last year, so we've just gotten better as a team and playing good team basketball.
Are you loving that post position still?
Yes.
Do you like it when they call you the big? They talk about the bigs. Is that do you take that? So that's good, or do you say, well, until I get tired of being called big? How does that work?
It's good.
It's a good thing.
Yes.
We talked to Elisa Canane about her shots, her free throws. That's something else you're very good at too. How did you get to be so proficient, so strong at the foul line?
I don't know. We just in AAU we have like off days, and we have to go to the gym and shoot 100 or 200 free throws, and I use the same routine over and over again, so I don't change it up.
So you've been doing that for a long time, a good while. Who got you started on the AAU basketball? Who was kind of got that stirred up?
Joe Moore and Catherine Moore.
Joe Moore, okay. It's kind of interesting, Joe Moore and Catherine Moore. You look at the Hayco tournament. You came out of there with a victory and got a lot of good publicity, a lot of good attention. What memories did you take out of there for yourself?
Probably my 2 double-doubles the last 2 games.
Okay, good stuff, good stuff.
Yeah.
And plus, did you have any injury problems this year?
No.
Last year, I remember you had a little bit of injury problem last year. Everything went smooth this year.
Yes.
Very smooth for you this year. What do you think is going to happen with this Northwest Guilford team the rest of the way? Do you see this team able to advance and just keep this like 15-0 now, able to keep this rolling, keep it going?
I do. I think we can keep it rolling if we just play team ball like we've been doing.
So that's what it's going to take, that team ball. Have you been able to transfer some of that Morgan Pointer knowledge to some of these younger players on the team this year too?
Yeah, I talk to all of them when I can. If they have hard times, I just push them through it, say it's okay.
And who's that new youngster, the ninth grade? Is it Brianna Gibbs? Is that right?
Bria, yes.
Bria Gibbs. What's the future look like for her?
Good.
What does she? I mean, she gives you some pretty good break time in the middle there. What does she bring to the table?
She can rebound good, and when she gets around the basket, she can finish it.
Do you see Coach Joyner? Has she been pleased with what you girls have done so far? The season's gone pretty much her way, your way too?
Yes, it has.
I asked Tony about this. What do you say about Coach Joyner? What does she bring to the table, and what does she teach and present for you?
Defense leads to offense, and if you play good defense, you'll have good offense, and to get out and run.
Speaking about Morgan Pointer, when did you get started playing basketball? I mean, we talked about this, I'm sure, before. When did you get started?
When I was 6.
6 years old. And what team and who got you involved?
I don't remember who got me involved, but it was a team at the Leonard Center. Yeah.
And remember who the coach was? Who those people back in the day?
The coach, actually, she was a woman. I know her son. He still goes to my high school, but I don't remember her name. It's Miss Murphy, actually, but not
Miss Murphy? Gotcha. You look at the overall. Did you make any New Year's resolutions coming out of the tournament this year? No,
I didn't.
No changes? Everything stays the same?
Yes, sir.
Is the philosophy maybe keep it the same but just improve what you're doing already?
Yes.
How can you get better? I mean, we see what Morgan Pointer can do. She made the all-tournament team. She's got the free throws down. She's got that post position down pretty well. What can you do to keep getting better?
I could work on my outside shot. I can actually work on my moves to the basket still because I fall away sometimes just to go into the contact and not shy away.
Do you shoot the three-pointer?
I do.
Yeah, I thought maybe you did. And you talking about falling away from the basket and trying to stay inside. But I think you can hit that outside shot probably some too.
I can.
Do you ever, does Northwestern, I'm talking about game philosophy now, do you ever bring another big, so another tall girl in the game with you at the same time? Go with the big lineup, big lineup?
Hunter,
yeah, okay, Hunter's in there pretty much most of the time, I guess. What about Bria Gibbs? Did you ever bring you and her at the same time in the game?
a couple of times. Sometimes. Not as often as me and Hunter.
What part of the game you say you worked on the most in the off-season?
My back to the basket.
Back to the basket. That's an interesting aspect. Who works with you the most on that now? Have you got a personal trainer, personal coach, just AAU?
Yes, just my AAU coach and my stepdad.
And who's the AAU coach these days?
Kristen,
Kristen Shelton. Was that your dad who walked through earlier, the taller man?
my stepdad, yes.
Yeah, he brings pretty good girth to the table, I think.
He does.
If you could go back-to-back with him and one-on-one against him, I think it's probably improve your game quite a
Yeah,
bit.
that's what I have to do.
You guys got that going in the driveway or going in the gym?
Yes, we do.
Do you still do driveway basketball? People still do that?
Sometimes.
Kind of rare, I guess, these days.
Yeah.
What about, you talked about the AAU team. Where do you work out when you're not at Northwest doing practices or with Coach Joyner, with the team? Where do you work out
The
at?
YMCA.
Spears?
Yes,
up on
sir.
Horse Pen Creek? I bet that's a busy gym because so many people work at that place. That's got to be busy up there. Biggest influence in your basketball career other than Coach Joyner and your other coaches? Who's been the biggest influence?
My mom.
Your mom? I saw her in a couple of games. She's done good for you. And this stepdad guy, again, that guy kind of gets my attention because he
Yeah.
probably mix it up a little bit. Do you ever, are you able to kind of give it back to him?
Oh, yeah.
Show him up a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Who can shoot the free throws better, you or him?
Me.
You got him beat on that. What do you, if you're shooting 10, we use that as a guideline. What do you think your percentage might be? Would it be 70 or?
Probably 90.
I was going to say either 80, but you're saying maybe 90 then. 9 to 10? Not bad. Other than basketball, have you got any time for the sports?
Not anymore. I used to play softball, but not anymore.
All basketball now. If you got the goal in mind, what's the goal for the long term for you?
To go to college, play basketball.
You got a college or anything like that in mind?
Probably Gardner-Webb University.
The Bulldogs of Gardner-Webb. Any contact? Are schools starting to contact you now? And pretty good communication?
Yes, sir.
And looking at maybe Gardner-Webb might be the one then. What about, you look at the college courses and the high school courses. The high school, what would you say is your favorite class?
Probably chemistry.
Doing well in there? Mr. Hughes said you guys didn't have exams, so you got a little bit of a break in that this week. Then,
Yeah,
no
we don't have
exam.
exams anymore.
Are you making maybe the A or the B high level in that chemistry right now?
I have an A.
Who's the teacher?
Miss Martis.
Miss Martis. What about the toughest class? What would you say there?
Chemistry.
And probably least favorite though? You like that class. What's least favorite?
I don't know if I have a least favorite.
All is good in the classes then. If we had like a 4.0 scale, what would be your grade point average, you think?
Probably like a 3.8.
You're on the money, no doubt about that. If you could add a class, that's the question of the week, I guess. If you could add a class at Northwest Guilford, what class would you add to the curriculum out there? Class you might want to take or a class you might want to even start up yourself?
Basketball.
Was that?
Just a basketball class.
Good idea. Not bad, not bad. I mean, colleges have that. It'd be kind of neat to see some high schools have those PE classes where they like specialize, I guess, in advanced PE. Some have weight training classes and maybe basketball. Are you doing phys ed? Got a phys ed class this year?
First period.
Good way to start the day?
It is actually.
Kind of gets you awake and gets you going?
It does.
Who teaches that for you?
Coach Revis.
Tough teacher? Good. What are you doing in there right now? This is kind of always interesting about the PE
Today
class.
we lifted weights actually, and on game days we shoot.
He allows you to shoot and take the shots, stuff like that? Do that in the new gym or the old gym?
New gym.
Gotcha. All the colleges out there, you said you'd choose Gardner-Webb. Are there any other colleges in the mix these days?
Wingate.
Wingate, the Bulldogs. So both Bulldogs in. You can't go wrong either way there. Bulldogs either way. You mentioned no other sports beside basketball. Outside of your sport, let's get to this football deal. Do you know who the Carolina Panthers coach is?
Ron Rivera.
Yep, you picked that up somewhere. I hope you didn't sneak that. I hope you knew that coming in. Do you know who the quarterback is? You know the quarterback?
Josh Hummel.
Northwest, right? You remember the quarterback. This is what I like, man. You got the questions out before I ask them. You got it going on now. But the coach at Northwest football team.
Coach Rothflett or something.
There you go. That's good too. Now 3-on-3 game. You and two others. I got to keep it this way because Tony took two of my players. I got to keep my players this time. On my team, I'm going to have myself. We're going to have LeBron James and the Big Show from the WWE Wrestling. He's 6'10", big-time high school basketball player. You got to face me, the Big Show, who's 6'10", weighs 380, and LeBron James. Yourself and two others. Who you got?
Michael Jordan.
That's not in his prime, right? Okay, good.
And probably Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin, another good call. You're going with kind of the big man in Griffin and kind of the floating man, Michael Jordan. Jordan can play point guard or probably just anywhere he wants on your team. Think about it. Blake Griffin, Michael Jordan. You might have a chance against our team. If LeBron's having a good day, I don't think he might stop him. If he's having a good... Two other girls. You're playing basketball at 3-on-3 against some other young ladies. Yourself and two others. Anybody, anywhere, anything. Who'd you choose there?
Probably Elisa.
Okay. Kane? She talked about you too, man. You guys, good combination, good friends off the court, I guess.
Oh, and probably Kayla King.
Who's it again?
Kayla King,
Who is she now?
the point guard for Alyssa's AAU team.
Okay. Kayla Kane.
She's an 8th grader.
Wow, man, this is interesting. You've got a lot of respect for those two young kids. Are you going to be Is she going to be like your understudy? Kind of be the mentor for Elisa, maybe a little bit?
Maybe.
I like it. Even though you beat them, you can do that since you beat them 3 times. You can share some of your talent with them. Good job. Next game, High Point Central. What do you need to do to make sure you play up to the best of your game in that game? I think you can beat them. No disrespect toward High Point Central. You ever heard of Kenny Carter? Remember Coach Carter? If he was still there, you'd see a different High Point Central team. A little bit different now about Coach Carter. But what do you got to do in your game tomorrow night?
Just show up and do what I've been doing and play good defense and get the ball.
Go to work and pick up where you left off coming out of the tournament then, right? And you've had a layoff too. You haven't played since last Friday. Got to come out strong tomorrow night. Strong. Any special things you do before the game? Any little routines, things you go through?
No.
Nothing unusual, nothing crazy?
No, not like Tony.
Tony has got it down, man. That is a good one. The pregame poop, PGP. I wrote that down. Got to remember that one. Is there a role model that you have for your basketball game, a female role model you look to?
Probably Coach Kristen Shelton.
Coach Shelton. Boy, she's been a good influence on all you girls. That's got to be a good balance. You had Coach Shelton, you got Coach Joyner, the best of both worlds. Could we see you maybe on the All-State team one day?
Maybe, hopefully.
Possibly?
Possibly.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Best to your mom, best to your stepdad. I think he could probably be on one of our teams. As big as that guy, so we could use him. Get he and Joe Moore